This is Showtime, the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hott Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhottradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya!
Hi, and welcome to Philly Hott Radio. My name is Showtime, the Hype Man, and we are broadcasting live around the world on Philly Hott Radio. For those who are watching us on YouTube and those who are watching us on Facebook Live, also Instagram Live. We are all three of the social media. Even those who want to call up, you can call up at 484-477-6348. So we want to thank everybody that's about to tune in. We're going to talk about where we have seen the judge finally in Minnesota where found all charges guilty. Where Floyd maybe be rest in peace, but he will live forever because they finally got it right. So we're going to talk about that, where it's important that we do talk about that. But also we're going to talk about we have been seeing our culture have never understood about the court system and how the court system has failed so many Afro-American brothers and sisters that are incarcerated right now because we did not get a fair shake. Also, we know that it's a lot of officers around the world where they have abused black people for years for them to get ranked, for those who get arrested, where some of them had a theme of how many blacks they can lock up and get away. This is a topic for those who want to join in today, where I just don't want to do it all by myself like I'm doing all the talking, where we are still collectively has never learned how to help each other. We was talking about, well, you ever work with a bunch of blacks on jobs where they always say, he fired himself, where we have all the different slogans when it comes to our own race, where now everybody is cheering, but it's more work that need to be done. Because we are losing all the true fighters and leaders. It's hard in the 21 where we don't have a lot of black leaders or black officials that got heart of a line because they're afraid of their job, they're afraid of their title, and then most of those who are Afro-Americans in key positions where they're afraid of their financial or they'll find themselves cut off. Also, we was talking about the music business. We were talking about athletes. We was talking about those who are in the movies, those who are trying to build a business where we have more people in this country that blacks can survive off of each other. We have never learned how to survive, but we have learned how to destroy each other. So, before we get into the show, we're going to talk about that. We're still going to talk about what is going on in the court system. We're going to talk about death sickness, where so many brothers and sisters have been railroaded. They are still in penitentiary, locked up with 36 years, 35 years. We have never learned the court system. We have never learned about judges, where I know that I'm an outsider in Philadelphia because I speak different than most of your elected officials, most of the people that was born in Philadelphia, where I may not get an invitation to get invited nowhere. But Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and along with YouTube channel, and along with God, where I have a platform that I can grow without a lot of people cheering me on. So I want to thank everybody that's about to tune in. We hope that you'll call in at 484-477-6348. My name is Showtime the Hype Man, and we are trying to build something that has never been built before, and we are looking for new people to come in and fit in. This is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week radio station where we have so many podcasts, we have so many, everybody trying to outdo themselves, where we have never learned how to work and build something together. When you have a lot of people that want to be podcasts, they want to be radio personnel, they want to be individual, where most of my friends that got podcasts, they're doing things outside the city, Philadelphia, where we have learned that staying in this city, if you got a business, your business is going to do a grand opening, a grand close. Also, but we have dried out because the dinosaurs that run this city don't want nobody else new to come in making a little bit of change. My name is Showtime the Hype Man, and we are trying to do something that has never been done before around the world, where nobody believes what we're doing, but we believe in ourselves. We want to thank our staff, our team, where I was for the last 2 or 3 days, I've been doing some home modeling. You would never believe that Showtime the Hype Man can become a plumber. I have never believed that Showtime the Hype Man can become a landscaper. I have never believed that Showtime the Hype Man can raise his grandson, a 9-year-old grandson. I got him since he's been 8, but he's 9 now, where I am doing things that maybe I didn't have a chance to do with my other 2 sons. I can do it with my grandson, the hollering, tell him to go to bed, running the bath water, take him to school, packing his lunch. I have been doing the part of a grandfather in the 21st century, but it's important for me to understand that it's my health that I need to focus on. Also, where we can allow things to bother us, where most of us, where because of money, it's not coming clockwise when it was. Where some people will sleep their life away or go to bed because after they eat a breakfast, they'll find themselves getting to bed when they got tired. I remember when Steve Harvey told me that those who want to be successful, put the sleeping on the side. Where even though I was up all night long, where I was fixing a zinc or Foster, putting a brand new Foster inside my kitchen, where I was trying to do the duties as the man of the house, and what it did, it took some time out. Monday, I was busy doing some grand landscaping. I have a big pine tree in front of my house that needed to be cut down, where I knew that I couldn't do that, so I had to hire some experts, where it costs about $1,200 to chop down a tree. So where I know that I'm obligated to do what I do on this morning show, but sometimes things come up where I have to make money, where we're trying to get people to fit in on Philly Hott Radio, where you can come here and build your podcast or build your radio. But let everybody know we all one is Philly Hott Radio. I want to make that clear. This is Philly Hott Radio, where we're trying to build, establish our name around the world, where it's important that we understand that this is Philly Hott Radio for those who want to come here to do what they do and do what they do. But also we have other people that maybe want to come here to build their own podcast, and they can do that. I want to make that clear to my audience and my fans. So we're going to talk about the lineup, what's going on May the 1st. We're going to talk about the Buzz and Cousins show, and also Guys versus Girls. That's on Sunday. Also, the Cousin Buddy show is on Friday night from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Also, we got a big show coming where Xena Music Production, where you have some people where in the city of Philadelphia, where they got these old groups that doing acapella around, and then sometimes we get cute to help people where we have never learned, or I don't go to the barber hall. And I realize everybody has a right and opinion where they don't want to go and where they spend their money. I want to make that clear to people. But it's important that Barber Hall has been here for 70 years, where the owner and his twin brother has hold Barber Hall down, where Temple was trying to buy it. Nobody knows what Barber Hall go through to keep that establishment open as a family establishment, where he still have his liquor license, where he still has food license to sell food, to sell liquor, where Barber Hall should be packed with Afro-American people every day, 7 days a week. But we have never learned, we always too cute when we get ahead. We think we too cute to support the Barber Hall. I don't understand, they having a show down the Barber Hall. Well, this man been established for 70 years in Philadelphia. And the reason why we do grand opening, grand closing, because we always want the Joneses and what we feel that we can go to try to look good, but then your house probably look like dirt. And those are the kind of people that are always judging black business. We need to learn how to support all business, but also black business. Why are we allowing black business to fold up each year, even during the COVID-19, so many Afro-American business has closed up because we have never learned to stick and help and support. So we wonder why we see a grand opening and a grand closing. Help and support. So we're doing an R&B dance show where it's an old school show and dance, where let me explain to the people that maybe understand a show and a dance, where those who ever went to events back in the day, we're trying to recycle the way that we used to do things, where everything's always turned the clock. Where we are presenting, Zenith Production, Music Production is presenting a show and a dance where you can watch a live show and also you can dance and have fun. That's a great combination. And the price, $20. Where we sit there and looking for these groups, where we have too many groups in Philadelphia or in New Jersey and New York City that can travel to be a part of this big show. And this is not the last show. So anybody that's entertainers, anybody that's comedians, anybody that want to come on, Zenith Music Production is a new company that we're going to be doing a lot of shows. But it's important that those who want to come on our shows, I don't know your fans, I don't know how many people you can invite, then you expect the promoter to do all the work and you just want to come on and get paid. And then the first thing the musicians and the first thing some of these groups gonna tell you, they don't sell tickets. But they got a price, but they don't sell tickets. They ain't got no records playing on no radio station. Some of these groups don't even have the copyrights to none of the songs. Some of these groups are imitation all these other legends that passed away, where they took the name and trying to make money. But then they want to charge like they the real groups. Then if you put them on your show, only 5 people buy tickets. And they probably put the promoter 5. So we got to learn how to build our fan base and build venues for Afro-American brothers and sisters, so we can learn how to eat. So we can learn how to spread love and spend money and be happy to spend money on your own kind. My name is Showtime, my hype man on Philly Hot Radio, 10 o'clock morning show, where we're trying to do something that's never been done before, where we are starting from scratch. Just like you make a cake with regular eggs, 3 eggs, oil, some flour, cake mix, grease the pan, whip up the batter, put the oven in 350, have a regular straw to make sure the cake is ready. That's what we're doing here at 10 o'clock. I'm asking those who are watching me where it is hard to build something, where a city where you may not be well liked or well pleased, but I don't worry about that anymore, because I accept Jesus Christ, my Savior, to take me on a journey, and I have accepted God to sit in my front seat and drive me to victory. Where most people are waiting for other people to come do things so they can jump into about, we doing shows. They wait. When in the meanwhile, during the COVID-19, it's important that we become more creative while we're waiting for things to open up. That's the secret. Being creative. As many black men and black women are trying to be creative, they get stuck, worry. Why, when I post things, they don't comment? What did I go wrong at? Have we ever learned how to even try to help somebody that's trying to start a business? Do we really know how to help and pitch in? Or just say a kind word, or just look on a page and soon you see it, you just stroll it down. Or because the person is too busy and too active on Facebook or Instagram, where they're promoting their shows, they're promoting what they're doing, or their hair salon, or their barbershop, or their cooking, when they give LLL for giving good messages of hope on her page. She started a cookbook, got involved in a contest. Want to give Brittany, she's been doing hair salons with different braids. I want to give a shout out to my barbershop down here in North Philadelphia for doing a great job fixing my hair when I do come get a haircut. So I used to get a haircut every week, so now I'm down to 3 weeks now. So that's good too. So we're going to talk about this show, then we're going to get into the show today where we're going to talk about Floyd case. And I'm hoping that my audience can get involved with me and speak their opinion. For those who are watching us around the world, the phone number is 484-477-6348. So we got a big show coming up May the 1st, Touch of Class, Philly Destiny Band, Corey Wilmington, DJ Big Brother, and the host is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Highway. That's Saturday, May the 1st. 2021. Masses are required. Doors open at 7 p.m. Show starts at 8 p.m. on time. Also, dress to press, to be impressed. Tickets only $20. Those who want to call Showtime the Hype Man can call the radio station. We do have tickets available. $20 for a show and a dance, where I know that some of the old heads say, "Oh, I saw them before." If it's them, just say you're not going to buy a ticket. I'd rather for you to say you're not going to buy a ticket instead of you trying to say that you've been there, done that, but you ain't did nothing lately. So we're going to move on because I want to be positive as possible. My name is Showtime the Hype Man.
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hott Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhotradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya!
So this morning on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, where they had a lot of people calling up about where they found guilty in all 3 assaults, where they found a police officer guilty in Minnesota, where we know that the photos didn't lie. But what about all the other men and women that went to court and trial where their mothers and fathers know that justice was wrong because of the court system? Where those who are 65, 64, 60, or maybe 50 years old have never saw vertical change that way, where we are seeing different strive in 2021, where black lives does matter and lives does matter. We're also going to make it, before I get into this talk show, we're 5-page record along with a virtual concert where They are working 24 hours a day with over in UK, over in Europe, over in British, other countries where they're trying to put together a wake up, rise up awareness of peace around the world. Where Philadelphia maybe had certain people, but Philadelphia is the most balanced city in the nation. But they are last to participate to help wake up, rise up, a virtual worldwide concert. Why is Philadelphia has not some of the artists, some of the groups are struggling because everybody want to get paid. That's one thing. We know how Philadelphia artists is, and we know how the people, they always got their hand out talking about, I don't do it for no money because I'm a celebrity, I'm a star. We have too many groups in Philadelphia where we should be hand on to reach our hand out to be a part of this virtual worldwide concert. If they can do it over in British and UK and over in Africa and other places, why Philadelphia is the last of one of the cities with the most gun violence in this nation and 168 unpleasant city? What's wrong with Philadelphia where we always try to be so professional or classy, or we get people that maybe be in position where only the people who kiss the best butt to be people in this city of Philadelphia, where I have realized that this city, especially in the community that I come from, where they will kiss somebody's butt just to be in the position or just to be with them and do whatever it takes just to be a part of something that is not helping the community. We are urging Philadelphia that those who are artists and those who are musicians and those who are comedians, even those who are business people, we are looking for Philadelphia to play a major part of Wake Up, Rise Up, this virtual worldwide concert that we are trying to put together. Anybody that knows artists, groups, spread the word that Philadelphia is the last of putting a virtual concert together where it's too many artists, too many people, and it doesn't matter what color of skin to be on the stage. We are reaching out, 5-Phase Record, along with WRS Radio over in London and them, and where they are trying so hard to make this thing to be successful. It's on September the 21st, 2021, so we're reaching out for Philadelphia to be a part. And for those who are looking for money, this is a voluntary thing. So I know that some of the groups, they're too big in the city. We have the biggest stars in Philadelphia, but nobody on the plane ride went nowhere. But they sit there, the first thing they ask them, how much is they paying? When none of their records are being played on none of the radio stations, none of the podcast station, but the first thing they ask, how much they get paid. And we talking about bringing peace. We talking about stopping gun violence. We talking about finding ways to help this city, to make it a better city for everybody in this city. And we are last dealing with this virtual worldwide concert where Philadelphia is slacking behind because the leadership always want to be in charge and never want other people to be in charge of things. Are you satisfied with Philadelphia politics? Philadelphia judges? And the things we do things in the city for the last 50 years where it's not working for the community that is struggling? Where do we go from here? Or we continue to elect the same people year out, year out, year out, and all they get ready to run for the mayor race. I got a phone call from Trent Stokes. He has did 38 years in penitentiary, where I believe that his time is overdue for whatever they convict him for, where he's fighting to come out of here. We're going to do a radio show pretty soon coming up. I want to give Ralph Ross a shout out for him sticking with Ralph Trent, where we're trying to find ways to see, can they open up his case, because too many young black brothers have been in jail since 1970, where no one deserved. We understand whatever they might think, the judge at the time, where black males has been getting arrested, but the time of length that they give black people is outrageous. Anybody know someone that's doing life? Anybody know someone that's in penitentiary where you feel that the time that they're doing is very hard? It is not worth the crime. Call Philly Hot Radio at 484-477-6340. Let's talk about prison sentence, where the black community always get the longest time for every crime that they may be done at the time, where they get the maximum. If you know someone that are trying to find themselves out of prison, where you feel that the prison sentence was overwhelming for the crime that they did, where some of those can't even afford to get out and pay the bond to get out of prison because nobody's willing to put up $200. We got men's in prison right now sitting in prison because they can't even get up $200, up 10% of that. Call us. Call up at 484-477-6348. Do you know someone that's doing life or doing 25 or 30 years behind a crime that you feel that is not worthy of them being in prison that long? We're going to be having some lifers call the radio station, because Showtime the Hype Man don't have a problem being the voice of getting young black men out of jail that have been in prison for 20 and 30 and 40 years, where we got our own brothers and sisters that are incarcerated, where the system has failed our young brothers and sisters. Nobody deserves to die and stay in jail for the rest of their life, where I feel that they paid their dues of a crime or whatever they might done for that sentence. So we're going to have a talk show where I'm putting something together where I'll be going around talking to people that's doing life. I had two brothers from Rome. They did 27 years in prison, where they came on my show, where they got released, where they was 18 years old and they did 27 years. They never knew that they would make it back out on the street, but because of things are changing in the laws, and we have great men and women that are working behind the scenes, that are willing to fight for the brothers and sisters that are incarcerated for all these years, where we need to support them and build. Philly Hot Radio is one of the radio shows that's going to be helping to get some of these things moving, to release some of our brothers and sisters that have been incarcerated for 20 and 25 or 30 years or even 40 years in prison. I need y'all help, because a lot of people in Philadelphia just want to sit and talk the talk. I am talking the talk and walking the walk. Nobody's going to speak the way that I speak in Philadelphia to bring change. I am really trying to bring change in Philadelphia, but I don't have anyone but God. God gave me a voice and a mouth, where we have too many leaders and too many people that want to be in the political arena, but they are not. They're only there because the old way has settled in the spirit around this great city. We have too many intelligent men and women that are locked up and the sin that they did at that time is outrageous. So we're going to put together a package and a program and a talk show where prisoners can call Philly Hot Radio, where we can get a chance to hear their views and their questions, where we can be talking to brothers that have been locked up since 18 and they maybe be 45 or 50 years old right now, where you're going to get a chance to hear real stories from real prisoner inmates on Philly Hot Radio. Showtime the Hype Man is working behind the scene to build a better radio show for the 10 o'clock a.m. Sometimes I do get tired. Sometimes I think, is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. I was sitting home and I said, let me get my butt up. If you want to build your business, build yourself, you got to get up and shake all that other stuff that's telling you just sit here. Or maybe it's not working. See, the devil will tell you all the things that are not working, where we have seen 80% of people allow the devil to talk them out of what they're trying to do. He can't talk me out. I can't quit if I want to quit. I'm too far deep in the game. I am committed to bring awareness on prison systems. I'm aware of how black folks get treated in business. I'm aware how black people get the first to go on good jobs. I'm aware of the way black folks has been treated for the last 60, 70, 80 years. But it's us that are comfortable. We want to be a part of something, but we're not willing to fight. Somebody fought for us to get where we at in 2021. But then everybody got all the answers and real smart when they're inside their home having a one-on-one pillow talk. I come outside to talk the truth. Just like Steve Harvey said out of his wildest dream that we have never thought we have a black president. And we are seeing our race slowly dying. We're slowly seeing black business closing up. We're seeing where they refuse to give up the power. Where they are pressing harder and harder every day to make sure that a black man, a black woman do not seed in America. Yes, you got a job for those who work jobs. Or say, well, they fired themselves. See, because we are contained to down each other. And there's something inside of us. We are not great cheerleaders. We only cheerleaders for those we want and those who want. But I'm not expecting no one to cheerlead me. I'm not expecting no one to make a phone call. I'm not expecting no one to go to the prison sisters and go talk to some of them lifers and ask them, what can we do to help you? I don't have any family members in prison, but I'm willing to help. Are you willing to help me out? For those who have brothers and sisters that are doing life in jail, they need your help. That's your brother and your sister. This system has locked down so many brothers across this great city. Because I'm Showtime the Hype Man, where I have been talking the real issues and the real truth, but because we are contained to not listen to a brother that's excited about change. When you're about change, it's hard to crack through a system that has been concrete, chained up for the last 60 years, when new guys and new upcoming humanity leaders are willing to fight against our old system of Philadelphia, PA. All you need to do is give them a 40-hour job, some benefits, some vacation. They will close their mouth. As long as they can get a new car every 3 years and a house, they don't care nothing about their community. They don't care nothing about the brothers and sisters that are incarcerated in penitentiary. They don't care that a lot of our children are in foster homes. They don't care that a lot of our children are mentally disturbed where they're giving them medication to mess up our kids. We just sit there and watch our community die. It's a shame where no one in the city of Philadelphia is effective as a speaker. No elected official in this city has the power to put the guns down and bring awareness and wake up and rise up in our community. I am the guy that can stop killing and murders in the streets. God gave me the gift. It's inside of me. I just live in a city that are hateful towards new humanity, men and women that will to roll up their sleeve and talk about the right thing that we need to hear. Why are we afraid for justice? Why are we afraid to talk about new schools? Why are we afraid to talk about why is so many brothers are not working, where we're seeing white boys getting construction, lecture company, building companies, where we lack in everything in this city, but we've been in our city all our life. Where is the true fighters? I know y'all elected some black politicians, and then the white ones are quiet because they get the whole pie and get the other ones a slice. So the reason why you go to your city council, your state rep, or your state senator, they can give you a little bit because they getting a little bit. Because they are laughing at them because they don't have a hold on their own community, where they don't have a clue even how to help their own community. We can set up all the food banks all we want. Food banks, food banks, food banks, food banks, food banks. Give us food, give us food, give us food. And I'm not saying that the other community does not have food banks, food banks, food banks. That seems like that's the only thing that we're getting. We need money, money, money. We need more money to tackle the real issues. And we need more. We need about $100 million to come in our community to start off with, to open up some new rec centers, some new community doors, and some new centers where councils, where black educated teachers, where black education business people, for those who are accounting, those who are construction, those who are electricians, those who are carpenters, those who are plumbers, those who are windows and put windows, and those who are roofers. We need black talent men to recycle for those who go to prison, where we need to build institutions in our own community, where we keep waiting for the governor in the state, in the city, to give us a break. They're not going to give us nothing because we don't demand nothing. As long as you have a race that don't demand nothing, look how long it took us, where whites and Latinos have got involved in the Black Matter movement, where it made it possible to convict that judge, that cop, for 3 guilty. Look how many men and women died, and we only got 1 out of all them. They had to give us 1, and there's more work to do. See, the problem is you give blacks a little bit, they'll go back and ride in the corner and ride their cars and talk about their own people. Say he corny, he ain't making no money, ain't nobody gonna hire him. Nobody, they gonna blackball him in the city. I don't care about being blackballed. I got a God that I serve. My God would never blackball me because I'm doing what's right. See, God got a record of me doing what's right, where y'all doing what's wrong by you talking about those who are trying to make it and make a difference in this city. That's why it's nothing going on, because those who do want to make a difference, y'all hold them back. Give the ones that got the energy and not afraid to speak up. Sometimes I say, maybe I say too much. I don't say too much. I maybe need to say more. But we're not waking up. Because we are damaged mentally and spiritually. And the spiritual curse has came in our community for the last 50 years. We didn't see it. They are fighting hard.
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hott Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhottradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya!
So we got a radio show here where we have a phone line where we're trying to do something to build this radio show where I have been coming here every day, Monday to Friday, even on Saturday with Dr. Rock when we do Whistle While You Work, me and my co-host, where we have never learned how to engage in new radios. We are used to what we hear in our car or what the media will give us. It's a sad day in Philadelphia again because we are blindsided with the old. Imagine if all the electric goes out where we have no phone, no radio, hear no music. What are you going to do then? Will we have to rebuild and recycle? Are you going to wait for them to do it? Podcast radios and new people that are doing it, this is an opportunity where you may not see that it's not working for Showtime the Hype Man, but it is working for me. Because I know that God has put me in this seat for a reason. I just can't figure out where I'm not trying to figure out. See, I know that God is a good God. Where people say they know God, when people say they have all kinds of scriptures, they got them in their back pocket, they got them on the side of their pocket, where so many people has all these scriptures around them, but when storms and trials come, but what happened was they still got jealousy, they still got hatefulness, they still want to kill somebody or beat somebody, or I'm going to punch him in his mouth. I'm not doing nothing wrong. It's like my brother always said, you ain't doing nothing wrong, Showtime. You ain't stealing, you ain't pushing drugs. All you trying to do is push awareness to wake up your own brothers and sisters, but they are sleeping hard. Because every one of us got a phone in our household. Do the phones really control you? It is that much negative things that you're afraid of new people getting in a position where I know one day that somebody's going to take my place. I am trying to pave the way for new upcoming leaders in this city of Philadelphia, where I may not connect to all the elected officials in the city, and maybe my cup of tea, because I'm always want them to do better, and I know they can do better. I know they can give more. But if you get a man and woman and all they have to do is give less to their own people, they will give you that. But they'll go around the other people smiling and give them what they want, where they are having meetings and saying that they don't want nothing. This is a community that ain't want nothing for years, so why I'm going to go out my way? I'm just like them. I'm a hater. I dislike, but during election, I would smile to get their votes. I know how to work this system. This system has been going on for the last 50 years where people like Eric Williams, Milton, has the qualification to run for office. And I believe that Eric Williams or Milton, my friends and them, will be a great representative for our community because they understand what it takes to roll up their sleeve. Also want to thank Kevin for coming in, Mac 4, where Showtime the Hype Man is really trying to build something to get more of us involved in helping each other. There's too many of us in this country where we got to learn how to survive off of our own people, and that's the only thing that we become weak. We are weak. When you control them by and working, allow them to work for you. Even we was talking about the record business and the entertainment business, where so many black brothers and sisters have sold their soul just to be in the spotlight or be in the number 1 or number 5 rotation to get their music play on the radio, because we have never owned nothing. Where every black businessman or black woman that tried to buy a large radio station or a big network, they run into problems. Why is that every time one of our black superstars or black athletes, where they're going against the grain, but those who black in the business seem like they survive because they allow their staff to be dominated, where they're not hiring blacks. And I know that as a businessman, I know that we have too many professional blacks but never get opportunity. Where I have saw, and the reason why I want to respect Denzel Washington and other black athletes, where when they do movies, they hire everybody black to work at their movie. They hire the catering, the housekeeping, the lights, the electrician, the people that the carpenters, where we don't create jobs for each other to give us an opportunity to get in this business. The other people, they help each other. If you look at all the restaurants in your community, I don't care where you at, their restaurants always filled up with their own people. Why do we keep not finding the right source in the ingredients? Is maybe I'm the only one that sees it. We are struggling. In 2021, the black community is struggling around this world. It's real. It's too many young people, too many strong people with great talent, with great gift from God, but they don't give opportunity because we do not help. I am working hard, but I don't let it discourage me. I could have sat in the bed today, but something told me to get up. Go to that radio show in spite of that you got situations. In spite of that nobody believed in you, Showtime, in the city that you was born and raised in 1961, where you don't get no shot, but I keep coming. Because I'm not dead. You only get one life only. So why so many people misery and they give up? Stop giving up. If you see my hat, for those who are watching me, this hat said, yes, we can. I have dedicated this hat to Black Lives Matter, but anybody that's black in this country that want to see us rise up and wake up. Rise up and wake up. Yes, we can. I am putting on a master campaign that yes, we can. I got t-shirts, hats. We have to come up with a theme or some type of way to spread the word, yes, we can, in our community, and allow it to touch over there in the White House, to allow it to touch up there in your Capitol, allow it to touch to every city hall in this United States, every judge, Commonwealth judge, Supreme judges. Yes, we can make a difference in this country, but this country has lied to us for the last time. It's so much black blood has been shed in America, but blacks are afraid. Blacks are afraid. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Just give them a check. Give a couple of athletes some money. Give a couple of singer groups a career, and they'll be quiet. We know how to wrestle. But what we do, we go to our office where we got a couple working at, and we'll tell them, if you open up your mouth, we're going to renege on your contract and put somebody else in your place. We the one gave you that name, worldwide name, and we can take it back from you. That is going on, y'all, where we don't have any more leaders that are willing to say, you can have the contract. I got to fight because somebody, Douglas, Dr. King, Marco Max, Harry Tubman, and other legends has fought for us to get where we at today. For those who are my white Latino friends, you understand what I'm talking about, because we are losing every day when we wake up. We're another brother and a sister that has been sentenced for 30 and 25 years because she was shoplifting because she didn't have any clothes. She was shoplifting because her kids, she didn't want to see her kids going outside, so she did what she had to do as a mother. We have brothers that are incarcerated right now where they were selling marijuana. Now marijuana is illegal. We have people that was selling liquor at their home where they've been arrested, and still some brothers in jail right now. It's called bootlegger, speakeasies. We're seeing lotteries where black folks survive off of lottery numbers. Where we used to play numbers in our community, that was another income of blacks providing for their community. Now we have lottery. Now they're doing marijuana plants where marijuana with Jay-Z and Mike Tyson has vested in a marijuana farm because they had seen other culture has vested money in the marijuana business. Where in New York City, in Bronx, New York, in Manhattan, New York, where they had marijuana trucks right next to food trucks. Where everything that we done, they take it from us. Where we knew in the 70s where black people dominated in the music business. Groups like War, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I can go on and on and on. Where are our groups at? I remember when we was dominating the R&B music sound, when Michael Jackson took it to pop and went worldwide. We had seen the Serena sisters dominate tennis, along with Arthur Ashe as a black male winning the tournament. And we are still, when somebody black do something in this country, they're always talking about the first black police commissioner, we are still dealing with first, when we've been doing everything with this stole from us. And the only way that we're going to get it right, that we got to come together as our own people, and it's hard. I am tired of seeing us dying. I am tired of us seeing that we have no more leaders in this country because they are afraid. They got no energy. Their spirit has been broken. When a black man or a black woman's spirit is broken, they do anything behind closed doors, where we accept what they tell us, but you look around your community, it's dying. The trees are not growing. The grass is not growing. Because we are dying. And we are losing the battle. My name is Showtime, the Hype Man. For those, we're going to get into the other conversation about where the police was found guilty, where Floyd's life was not in vain. Floyd has set the tone of convicting police officers, where we have seen so many black men has been killed by a white police officer, where we don't hear that normal in Asian community, the Latino community, or even the white community. Why the black community is always the one getting killed by a police officer? How many black police officers have killed their own brother and sister when they are not speaking out, but they are police officers? No disrespect to the guys and women that go out there every day to protect this city. I want to make that clear to my audience. I understand the respect that they deserve too. But also we're talking about the ones that got a macho locking up brothers and sisters and stopping them, giving them tickets and giving them searches, where they've been doing it for a long time. I keep telling y'all, Carmen is coming. Where for those who are still holding their own brother and sister back, God is not pleased with you. God probably said, how could you backstab your own brothers and sisters when they've been against this for the last 200 years? And how could you be a black man in a position down your own brother and not support your own brothers and sisters? God is not pleased with y'all. And those who know who they are. See, I ain't got to say nothing. See, God going to work on your behalf. See, God is like a fly. See, God is everywhere because y'all don't understand what he's about to do. See, because he knows the ones that have been destroying our race. Your own brothers and sisters are playing a major part, along with some of the people that are trying to bring the system back 100 years ago to be dominated. But y'all don't see it. They doing it in Philadelphia. And Philadelphia is one of the cities that played the game. But they are moving us slowly out of this city because we are not aware what is going on, because they found that every block, every street, that blacks don't even communicate to their own neighbors anymore. We're destroying them in another way where they may not understand it. And I have to talk about this. It's called the hidden secret. Where they're doing it, where we have elected officials are smiling like they're doing great stuff in this city for us, but they're not. What they're doing, they are playing the game to benefit their family and their friends and those who are in their circle. See, the good ones always either leave early or they find a way to vote them out. See, the bad ones always stay in the system real long. And we have some of them just in position, but they're quiet. You got some state reps in this city that are quiet. You got a whole team of council people, 12 of them, if I'm not mistaken. They're quiet. You got some of them that want to run for mayor in 2024, but they're going to be coming out real soon. Then you got some that want to run for the Pennsylvania state senator race, where they talked about helping blacks and what they did for blacks. See, it's now the new thing, what you did for blacks and how you help blacks. See, that's what they use. Then soon they get in office, this stuff changed. Even with the unemployment, for those who are getting unemployment, where they passed the bill where all of a sudden now you got to re-sign again. Then they make you wait another 4 weeks. And for those who are seeking unemployment, where all of a sudden you saw completely temporarily where they're telling you now that you have to re-sign, and then they make you wait for 4 weeks, or put you back in a situation where during the COVID-19, where everybody was depending on this money, that those who lost his job temporarily, where they know that jobs has let some people hours go, where they know you're working part-time. But because they think black people are lazy, that's what they saying. We're lazy. We want everything We always have trying to out-Jew each other. We're not willing to help. So our children are dying, killing, dying, and killing. Because we have never found the word peace. But those who are watching me around the world, we are talking about open up our mind and stretch a little farther. Are you satisfied with this city, what they're doing to our race? Do you know anyone in this city that has the power to get on the mic, to make a difference? Where the young black men and the young black women and some of my Latino friends and some of my white friends that are watching us, do we have a leader in this city that has a power in their community? And the answer is no, it's no one. Just go to the rallies and you see the same people at the rallies. You see the same people on some of the gun violent boards. You'll see the same people at the stage. What did I tell you? When you see the same people, it's like James Brown said, they talking loud, but they not saying nothing. They just repeat the same thing over and over and over. Put the gun down, put the gun down, put the gun down, put the gun down. We know what we're doing. Then they get all these professional people when you haven't even heard none of them. But they bite them. For those who are willing to do something different, I just want you to know that it's a hard road. If those who are seeking help and do something different, it's hard. I want to make that clear to you. It's hard. I guess Dr. King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Frederick Douglass, John Lewis, the Honorable Lucian Blackwell, Dave Richardson, Cecil B. Moore, even Councilwoman Jenny Blackwell, Georgie Wood, Mary Mason, where we're not used to seeing our peers today are not like that anymore because they all about press. And the only time I call them spotlight elected officials, the only time they come around with the cameras, where they come out and speak about 15, 10 minutes. But I always learned as a politician, always act like you're busy. You hit and you go. Where do we go from here, Philadelphia, and those who are watching us around the world, where we are trying to bring peace and awareness so we can rise up and wake up? Where do we go from here? I'm only one man campaign. That means that I'm only one guy I don't have an army of people. I don't have any friends in this city, but I do know a lot of people. And, I don't question God anymore because God is going to take care of me. He's going to match all my needs. He just prepared me because I was patient with him. Philadelphia, if we don't do something, we're going to lose even more. Where you have never seen so many blacks struggling in this city. The black community is struggling, Philadelphia. I know y'all got jobs. What are you talking about? I work at Jefferson. I'm a bus operator from SEPTA. I'm I work for the city. I'm a trash man for the city. What are you talking about, Showtime? I'm a police. I'm a black police officer. I'm a fireman. They all get them jobs, and they don't care about their community. Yes, you have all that you are. You have a professional job, and I'm not willing, everybody's not willing to fight. Some people just want to live and fix their house and get their expensive car but somebody fought for you to get all them things. Just remember that. Somebody sacrificed their family and their children for all of us to get what we are getting today. How quick do black people forget? I see it in sports. I see it in the entertainment business. I see it with religion leaders. I see it with elected officials. Where you have black politicians don't even speak to their own guy or even cheer them on. They like the same people in the community. Now they want to run for the mayor race of 2024. I'm telling you, they're going to come out the woodwork. They sit back right now playing hot water, testing the water. I know y'all coming to run for the mayor race. And not one spoke out about these murders and killings and what we're going to do to change the city built up in demonic. I know that we live in a city where all people live in this city, but black folks are hurting the most. If you don't believe me, ride down Center City, down in construction where all the new buildings and high rises about 5:30 in the morning, where you see 50 or 100 white boys going to work, coming from Jersey in this city where we got no black men's on them sites working to get a decent wage. Is it our fault? Yes, it is. Did we allow them to take out trays out of our school? Yes, we did. It's our fault. We allow them to do everything to dictate about the budget, the money, and everything that we've been doing for the last 100 years are going down the drain because we don't see it. When you have a race that don't see nothing and they all for themselves and just get what they get, because anyone can die the next day, all this stuff they build can be going, where we have never learned how to recycle and train other young black men and black women. It's not that those who are my white friends and those who are my Latino friends, they understand what I'm talking about, where we are ashamed to talk about what happened to us in this country. Why? Where most of the prison system is dominated by black men and women. Most of the foster children are black, mentally starved. So we can talk till we blue, where the phone lines are open, where everybody's watching me, but nobody got an answer. That's why they know that black folks are always sleeping and watching, where other culture are creating opportunities and business for their friends and their family so they can live a decent life, so they can get ready to pay for their kids to go to college early, where we struggle every year. We did struggle. Paycheck, the paycheck, the paycheck, the paycheck. Man, I make $30 an hour.